Hi, this is Junie, and Happy New Year to everybody. 2025. What are we going to do with this one? What is in your heart to create, co-create this year? What was 2024 like for you? You know, to many people in the world, it was a pretty crazy, tumultuous time. Certainly was for me. It was the best of times, the worst of times. I think that was a Charles Dickens quote. Um, and luckily, it ended in the best of times. And crazy, the best of times is I'm in an I don't know where I'm going to be living place. For those of you who have been following my what I called my pilgrimage of trust, um, it, I got this inner guidance, really strong inner guidance after what I called a miracle meltdown, to leave Victoria, where I had been living for 22 years. And I just put one foot in front of the other, started packing up the house. I didn't even question it. It was so strong after this meltdown that I had that erupted out of me that I wasn't expecting, and then had the grace of noticing on a shelf in my office that said escalating bliss, that even in that blind rage I was able to see that and read that and feel the words that were used, escalating bliss, by a friend of mine who passed away a few years ago. She chose medical aid in dying, and I just reached out to her beyond the veil. I said, Judith, I need you right now. And in seconds, this peace just came over me. Extraordinary peace. Wow. At a time like that, I would not even have imagined I could. Anyway, it did. And I was able to go back to sleep. That was in the middle of the night. I was able to go back to sleep. I slept for 2, 3 hours, not a long time, but a time that was enough, and woke up and seemed to have my directives, these marching orders, this invitation to pack up my home and leave. And it wasn't something to question. It was the knowledge. It was, I knew that was what I needed to do. So I did. And now I'm in this place where I am right now. I'm a writer in residence in a place in Cowichan Bay, well, Lake Cowichan, north of Nanaimo, north of what we call the Malahat in British Columbia, north of Victoria, over this crazy mountainous range that nobody likes to drive. It's pretty crazy. And I didn't know this was another place of trusting, and somehow I reached out to these people here 2 months ago, and I had no intention of moving from Victoria, none, but needed a place to come and write my next book. Well, it's a book that I started writing a long time ago, actually, some years ago, and then I got sick and I let it go, and then I just felt the need to come back to it. So that's what I'm doing here. And and then I've been blessed this last month where Marcy Shinoff, author of Chicken Soup for the Women's Soul, all those series, and Your Year of Miracles, and so many other things, uh, Love Without Reason, uh, Joy without reason, I think. Anyway, she agreed to endorse my book, and so there's been miracle upon miracles, but this has been the craziest thing of all. Anybody who knows me personally, I'm a Cancerian. I was born under the star of Cancer, or however you say it, and home is so important. I love my home. I love creating home. I love putting my treasures in various places. I love rearranging my furniture. I love making it just feel like a sanctuary, and that when people come in, they just feel it, and they feel protected, and they feel loved, and they just feel the energy. And I just left without knowing where I'm going next. Not entirely true. I knew by putting one foot in front of the other, and I was reaching out to various places where I might just stay temporarily while I was looking for a home. One of those places was the Bethlehem Center in Nanaimo, where I'm going to be doing an author mentorship retreat at the end of January, 26th to the 30th. And I was gifted. Oh my gosh, Danya gifted me a week of a place to land. Wow. And it wasn't just a room, it was a suite. It was magnificent. It was overlooking the Westwood Lake. It was looking over the trees, the forest, the lake, the beauty. After 5 weeks of like nonstop packing and so many details, thank you, Danya. Thank you, God. And then I have this place for a whole month to write my book and to get into the rhythm of my latest boot camp, my author mentorship program. So if you're thinking about writing a book, please, please, please read all about it. Go to the Bethlehem Center and Nanaimo and just read up on the author mentorship boot camp, because I would love to support you. It's my life's work, it's my dharma. But I want to go back to the question I asked originally. What lights you up? What is it you want to create for 2025? What in 2024 do you not want to repeat again? What are you saying? Okay, been there, done that. Been there, done that. I've learned. What have I learned? And then take out your journal and write what you've learned. Lock it in. Lock it in. Here's my journal. And yeah, just, and then be grateful. Truly be grateful for all the things that you get to do, that you get to be who you are. Or go and get yourself a miracle glass of this liquid love, right? We're pretty privileged to be able to just turn on a tap and have water, right? There's so many things we take for granted. That lamp right there, right? I've got a lamp that's on. Yeah, turn on the lamp, turn on the light. Turn on the light within us. We are the light. I am the light I am. We are that. You are that. I am that. We have so much to live and breathe and be grateful for. And I just want to welcome you into this brand new year with me. Brand new year, 2025. A year ago, I didn't know I'd live to 2025, right? The cancer was chewing up my body, but I'm here, I'm really healthy. And in fact, in a little while, the guy that runs this beautiful retreat place for artists, there's only room for 5 people who come to do their work. We're not even allowed visitors, and that's so cool. It's people who are here to do their work, whether it's art, whether it's writing, whatever it is. It's our sacred time, and it's to be respected. Anyway, he's coming and taking us on a hike somewhere in nature, because it's the first day that I think, in about 10 that I've seen this. I'm looking out at the window here, and there's this foreign object in the sky. I think it's called the sun. I think it's starting to come out. It's been pouring rain, which is a really good place to just be when you're wanting to just hibernate, be inside. And I'll show you something I'm proud of. Just getting myself ready to write and continue writing. I bought myself a binder the other day for my book, If You Only Knew, Book of Healing Letters. I wrote on it, I collaged. #1 New York Times bestseller. And yeah, I even did the spine, right? And so, yeah, that's really fun. And I pretended I know what Marcy was going to say about, it's an endorsement. So I wrote it. That's what I did with my first book. Your Life Matters. The first book, Rewrite Your Life. I pretended I knew what Julia Cameron was going to say, that she'd say anything at all. I just kept visualizing it, holding on to that possibility, letting go of the outcome, because that's what we have to do. We need to just show up as though it's all going to go the way that we would like it to go, and then we don't know how it's going to go. And then of course she did. Julia Cameron gave me a beautiful endorsement for my first book. But what I want to say is, and I just learning this lesson, oh my gosh, about letting go, letting go, letting go. I mean, the Buddha said, attachment is the biggest form of suffering. And I felt I surrendered fully when I said, okay, I heard the marching orders, leave your home, go somewhere else. So right now I'm sitting in an I don't know place. I did put in an application for a place that I saw in Nanaimo that I'm hoping I'll get. But fear has been really showing up, like really showing up, anxiety, because oh my gosh, what if at the end of this stay here and at the end of my workshop, I don't have somewhere to live? Come on, I won't have somewhere to live. Look at my life. Look how resilient I am. Look how I'm able to create. Look how good God has been to me. Look how good God has been to you, no matter what your circumstances. When I really tune into that and I see what is working, how can I not really trust? How much evidence do I need in my life? I'm 75 years old. How much evidence do I need in my life to know that my life is working? So I feel like after listening to some things last night, I was listening to a podcast that really brought that home, something that Coot Jackson said. And no, it's not his last name. Anyway, Coot, he said something about the whole letting go, surrendering. It's not a matter of I'll surrender so that I can get this. No, it's surrender because because I can. Because I can truly have faith, I can truly trust, and I can truly believe. And then it gives me a whole new sense of innocence. It's like that little kid in me wants to just come out and play in the sandcastle and on the beach and discover a new shell or whatever. It's like, wow, no kidding. I wonder what the universe has in store for me. Maybe it's not that apartment that I have my eyes and my heart set on. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's something completely different. Who knows? I don't need to worry. So that's where I'm taking my day. Now, I could only do this day. I can only do this minute. So yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Make it special. Look what I did. I made my nails special. I don't really even have very long nails, but I made them fun. I made them fun. Yay, fun. Okay, God bless. Bye. 2025. Here we come. Here we come.